that saying, everything has its place and there's a place for everything? It doesn't really work when you have everything, but you've yet to buy or provide the place for that everything to be put in. Like, I guess I'll just put everything back into tote bags, but I'm trying to empty out my tote bags. Good intentions, bad follow through. And recording. Shift starts in an hour. Cool. Hello, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met already, hello, hi, the name's Quinn. It's very nice to meet you. Feels good saying that again. As you guys have already seen, I am clearly in the middle of doing something, so I wanted to sit down. I've been meaning to make this video for forever now, for like over a month, so I'm taking the time, giving myself 30 minutes to sit down. It is 1 o'clock right now. I have work at 2. Do a little craft and chat with me. I used to do the cook and chat with me videos, but I have not been cooking in a long time. So kind of just off the cuff, just want to talk to y'all and tell y'all what I've been up to. So grab for yourself a craft if you'd like, and a drink. I've got some coffee, of course. And let's not delay. I've given myself 30 minutes to do this. Let's get into it. So what I'm crafting today is going to be a granny square. I recently joined a Facebook group that's a granny square exchange. Oh my goodness, trying to do a magic circle is difficult. On top of everything else I'm doing this month, I decided to take on a fun little project where we just make granny squares and exchange them and then turn them into something. I'm using the Walmart brand RedHeart. I think it's Walmart brand. I don't know. RedHeart brand Super Saver. It's this fun stripey thing. Normally it's not my color palette, but I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna make something out of it, I guess, and this is it. So I'm filming on a brand new camera, a new vlogging camera, so here's hoping that we get some more cool videos, because trying to film on the phone was just not it for me. I was not enjoying just trying to vlog on that thing. So what's up? How have you guys been? I haven't been making a lot of videos this year, obviously. Life's been hectic, crazy, but I just kind of got into a routine, and unfortunately YouTube just wasn't a part of that routine. But I've been doing quite a lot of things, and I've been doing pretty good. Big major thing that's happening in just like a couple weeks from now, I am moving back to Nashville. Long story short, it's basically the same exact reason that we moved there in the first place, for my husband's job. For anybody who doesn't know, he is in the music industry, so Nashville makes sense. But he goes on tour with bands and he does different roles, like he's done management for like the production and everything, and like management of the crew, but mainly he does a lot of lighting design, so he makes the concerts look as cool as it sounds. So yeah, that's what he does, and so Nashville obviously makes a lot of sense. And then for anybody who is actually new here and we actually haven't met before, I have been working in food service all my life. My family owns a couple of businesses out here. I guess now I'm making the short story long. Yeah, my family owns a couple of like food businesses out here, a coffee shop and a pizza shop, which I'm going to go to work to here in like a couple minutes, 30 minutes. And this past year, I have been a tattoo apprentice, which has been so cool. I've been loving it so much, and I'm gonna be really sad to have to kind of start over. And that's gonna be my thing in Nashville. Right, okay, so making the short story that wasn't that short even longer, some of you guys might be wondering, like, what happened to me traveling in the Airstream? That was the whole plan of us having the Airstream. We were gonna travel and I was gonna make these cool travel vlogs. Obviously haven't done that. Essentially pretty soon after we got this Airstream that I'm currently filming in, and I absolutely love living in, we found out pretty quickly after doing our initial renovations that there was a lot more that needs to be done to it in order to make it actually travelable. Like, we've been able to survive like just being in one place here on my family's ranch. Gradually, like, things started falling apart, which is to be expected out of a 40-plus-year-old Airstream. But you know, we're young, so we were just like, hey, we could still like live with this and deal with it and manage. And we kind of got to the point, because we've been saving so much money, living frugally as much as we can. I mean, obviously it helps that we've been living on the property, but our rent has been through my labor, basically. Working at both of the shops and everything, that's kind of been how we pay rent, because I don't really get paid to work at the coffee shop. but it pretty much equals out for the work that I do. I've been managing and running a whole bunch of things over there. Oh my gosh, I'm already winded. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying? I feel like I'm just like on FaceTime talking to a friend and like trying to catch them up on things, but it's hard because it's just me talking to a camera, so I don't have a friend to be like, oh yeah, you were just saying this, and then being able to pick up after that. This is literally how my conversations on FaceTime go with friends who like live in different states and everything, and we're just trying to catch up, like tangents after tangents, and severe memory loss the entire time. Right, so we've been able to save money, living frugally. It's a small town, so trying to go out and do anything, there's nothing to do, so it helps that there's no nightlife. Helps that I don't really have friends to hang out with, so I'm not spending money any type of social way. We were debating on what to do with the money that we saved. We were just like, okay, we either A, use that money to do a complete renovation of the Airstream, which was going to be really cool and something that we definitely wanted to do, but we realized that we needed a lot more money than we thought we did in order to do that, in which case we would renovate and then plan a big road trip and have a bunch of fun doing that. That became kind of out of the question once Brian started touring again, and he realized that, you know, touring on a bus and then coming home to a trailer wasn't quite what he wanted to do. And then also being in our mid-late 20s, we're like, hey, we should start investing money and stuff. But real estate in California, even in the smaller town in California, has been a bit tricky to kind of consider, especially as a first home owner and kids in their 20s. I don't know how everybody else is doing it. So then trying to consider buying our first home in a different state, having no idea what the town's like, what the land actually looks like, being able to actually go in person and see the home. That was also going to be a little bit tricky. Again, especially as a first homeowner, like we've experienced it already here with the Airstream, that like if we don't actually get to experience everything, then we end up experiencing other things. So then we're like, okay, well what if we just buy some land, because land itself can be cheaper than a home, but then you just have to build the home and then figure out loans to build a home and all the stuff on top of that. As a first homeowner, like it may not work to get the loan. I don't know. There's a lot of talk that we were having for months about what we wanted to do with our savings and where we wanted to live and how we wanted to live. Like there was a full circle of ideas that we were going through, and we were just taking rounds. Like every other month we would just circle back to every single idea. We considered getting a newer fifth wheel, one that wouldn't have to do all of these renovations to them, one that we can just trade in the Airstream for, because people do love the vintage Airstreams. But again, with that, it was like, okay, this will immediately deteriorate. Not deteriorate, like the value will decrease immediately, you know, once we drive off the lot with it. So it's not something that you can easily flip at all. So on an investment standpoint, that didn't make much sense either. So currently, the plan that we're rolling with is that we're going to rent in Nashville, continue trying to save up money, and from there, then decide if we want to try to buy a home in Nashville, or if we want to continue renting, or if we want to move somewhere else, but, you know, take that time to, like, get back to just being us, kind of. So Brian's still going to be working. He's trying to figure out the next tour that he's going to be on. Basically, I'm picking him up on Wednesday, which is going to be the 21st of September. And I have a wedding that I'm taking photos of in Vegas on the 10th of October. The logistics of exactly how we're doing this is we're still trying to work it out, but the current idea that I think we're rolling with is that he's going to take like the truck and most of all of our stuff, and hopefully the trailer if we can find a good place to park it and it's not like ridiculously expensive. He's gonna take that all out to Nashville. I'm gonna be here making sure that all of my loose ends at the shops are closed and tied up, do the gig over in Vegas, and then head straight over to Nashville. During that time, he actually might already be on his next tour that he's doing, so I might be going home to empty house and just nesting, which will be fun. And have you guys with me. Luckily my friend Lisa is still out there, so I can like hang out with her and everything and not feel super awkward and alone. But job wise for me, I would love to start working at a tattoo shop and apprenticing at a tattoo shop. The tattoo apprenticeship that I just finished, was at a private studio. So as great as it was to have like really one-on-one learning and everything like that, it wasn't a situation where I was in a shop. It's very different going from a private studio to a shop, and so I want to be able to experience that and learn from multiple different artists at once and see like multiple people's opinions and takes on, you know, tattooing and stuff. So I did reach out to a tattoo shop, one that I've been following for a while, to see if they were taking any apprentices. I sent them some of my work, and at the moment they are not, and they are kind of the only tattoo shop that I've been following in Nashville. So I'm gonna go out there and just like check out more shops and everything and see if anybody else has artists that I'd like to learn under. So if you are a tattoo artist in Nashville yourself and you happen to have the same interests where my videos coming across your feed, hit me up if you'd like a apprentice, if you'd like to pass on some of that knowledge, because your girl's got a yearning for some learning. Okay, so like the timeline of me finding jobs, like I'm not gonna wait forever to get an apprenticeship, because although there's a lot of tattoo shops out there, like not a lot of people are wanting to take on apprentices, which is completely fine. Like we can be a handful of work trying to teach. Not everybody's a teacher, you know? So I still really love coffee and I love working in the coffee industry. So there's a lot of coffee shops out in Nashville. With the experience that I have, I'm pretty sure I could get a job working at a coffee shop out there as long as they're hiring. I'm going to give myself some time to hit up some apprenticeships and see if anybody's taking anyone in, and then I'll start looking for a job with the coffee shop. Brian's going to be working the entire time. What am I making next? How big of this am I making? I can do another row. That's what it looks like so far. I like the build up, super cute, very autumnal. So in the meantime, while I'm looking for apprenticeships, I feel like I'm not saying that right. Anyways, while I'm looking for a tattoo apprenticeship, I really want to focus back on art things. Since I've been working at the coffee shop, I've been taking on a lot as management and everything, and working almost every day. So I haven't had a lot of time to focus and actually build art things. Obviously, I haven't made YouTube videos, and I really want to get back into that. I also want to actually get a routine of going to the gym and stuff. I have not exercised in like 3 years, so that would be nice to get back into that. I'm looking into how art licensing works. So actually having the time to focus on all of that and actually build back up an artist portfolio and see if I can get actual traction going with all of that type of side of things would be fantastic. Even though I've been a tattoo apprentice and I've been doing things, I haven't had a big chance to actually focus on drawing out some full fleshed out tattoo pieces or create any kind of like holiday cards again, and that's something I would love to do. Obviously I've been crocheting, that's kind of been like my self-care craft that I've been loving, and that's been fun, and I would love to like expand this thing too. So lots of things that I will have the chance to actually do. There's a lot of other crafts that I've been dying to do that I have the pieces to start doing, but I haven't been able to do. I haven't had the time for it, so we'll be seeing some of that stuff on this channel. And I really do need to get back into budgeting. Like I said, we have been living frugally, but that's just mainly because there hasn't been things to spend money on out here. Like there's food and that's about it. The only place to go shopping is really Walmart. So it's not like there's expensive things to spend money on. I've never really been big into online shopping. Also, living in an Airstream has really limited how much space of things that I can have. As you guys saw, it's a bit more difficult to just hoard and buy a bunch of things when you don't have a place to put them. So that's been very helpful in limiting and in limited space. So moving back into like a house, I'm definitely gonna need to budget myself again. Whether or not I do cash envelope stuffings is still a thing. It hasn't worked for us as a couple and with the lifestyle, because obviously he's traveling, so it doesn't make sense for him to have cash envelopes, and it didn't make sense for me to have him here. But I don't know, back in Nashville, like maybe. Because yeah, I am still capable of having a spending problem. I realize that. I don't know what else to update you guys on. I guess you guys can ask me questions in the comments if you have any questions about anything. While I'm still here, I might do another work a week with me. Though it'll be kind of boring because it's going to be mostly the coffee shop, some pizza shop stuff. But it might be kind of cool being able to see the coffee shop. It was actually really cool being able to go back and see those old videos. So that way I can like remember what my life was like. Because watching those old videos, I'm like, wow, I was doing a lot and I had the energy to do it all. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 9:30. It's time to go to bed. I'm watching these videos. I'm like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I've been editing for 2 hours. Like, what? Yeah, that's my little crochet catch-up situation. I guess that's everything going on with me. I can finally also make this video because I think I've told most everybody about it. I still have some employees that I haven't told. I just haven't had the chance to tell them, and it seems like it might be a bit more heavy of a situation to say than just say like, oh, casually, like, oh, hey, can you pass me the milk? Also, I'm moving in 2 weeks. But yeah, I think I'll make a vlog of me working over at the coffee shop one day, just so you guys can see what life is like for me now. It's been a lot of fun. It's been stressful but fun. Whenever I do go and decide to work at a coffee shop again, I think I'm gonna go back to part-time so that way I can, you know, focus on these things, arts and tattoos and stuff. But definitely not gonna try to take on a management role again. As much as I love being in charge, oh my gosh, it's exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting trying to be in charge of a bunch of people. But yeah, the granny square is done. Let me find some scissors that I probably put away somewhere. All right, little clippies. Alrighty, granny square done. Look at that. It is actually really cute. This is very Halloween-y, so I don't know, maybe I'll make like Halloween cardigans when I move. I'm gonna have so much time to crochet. I'm excited but also nervous because I know I'm gonna have so much time to crochet because I'm gonna be real lonely with nothing to do. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for watching and catching up with me. Again, let me know in the comments what's been going on with your life, and let me know if you have any questions that I could like update you on, if there's anything specific that you want to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really love and appreciate you guys so much. If you want to join that Facebook group, if I can remember, I will link it down in the comments or in the description. It's really fun if you like to crochet. It's cute. I'm like trading with people from the UK, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is postage is gonna be a lot actually. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Bye. Oh wait, I'm supposed to dip out. That's right. Bye. Oh, by the way, I got a new tattoo. It's upside down. It's The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. Favorite painting. Okay, bye. Anyways, here's my tattoo. You guys will see more in detail in another video, but I love it so much. It's the same guy who did my flowers. He's amazing. Went to high school with him. Say bye, Kahlua. Bye, Kahlua. Oh, don't lick that.